Welcome friends at New Life Community Church. Susie asked me to share with you a few thoughts about George Verwer. Some of you seeing this were around in the dark ages of the 1980s when I first began my relationship with New Life Community Church. I was fresh out of college and I decided to take a year off to serve the Lord because I was seeking for His direction in my life. I had heard about Operation Mobilization and applied to go overseas for a year with them. I also heard about the Urbana Student Missions Convention, so I decided to attend that convention in '81. One of the speakers at the previous Urbana Convention, '78, was George Verwer. He was the founder of OM. I soon discovered something about George. He loves the Lord and he loves His people. And I thought of this verse in the book of Acts. In Acts chapter 11, verse 24, it says, "He was a good man, full of the Holy Spirit and faith, and a great number of people were brought to the Lord." When I think of George, I think of Barnabas. George's love for the Lord became obvious to me when I heard about him and when I watched the speech that he gave from Urbana 78. He was so enthusiastic about reaching people with the gospel, it was contagious. I remember he wore this strange-looking map of the world jacket and was holding a big plastic globe. I thought to myself, this guy is really off his rocker. But you know what? God used that off his rocker guy to help motivate me to be what I am today. Besides motivating me to minister to the lost, I really appreciated George's emphasis on living a balanced life. He was always talking about keeping the balance, reality, grace, action. This resonated with me because I know I'm the kind of person that can easily get out of balance. Besides his love for the Lord, another thing I appreciate about George is his love for people. He is always willing to take time to pray for someone if they have a need. I can't remember George ever actually praying with me personally, but I know that for the past 30 years he's been praying for me. To me, that's incredible. Think about all the people that George knows, thousands of people. How does he find the time to pray for all of us? And finally, George has showed his love and his concern for me by not only praying for me, but by writing me letters, sending me emails, and even giving me phone calls. I remember one day out of the blue about 5 years ago, I got a call from somebody. I didn't recognize the number, but it was George. I think he was calling from Australia or someplace across the world, and he just called to encourage me, to bless me, and to ask if he could pray for me. That meant a lot to me. So why am I telling you all of this? You'll have an opportunity to meet George in person on August 11th when he comes to speak at New Life Community Church. You won't want to miss him. It'd definitely be worth attending that service if you can. My guess is you'll be blessed, even though George may still be off his rocker.